Regé-Jean Page broke hearts all over the world this year when he announced that he would not be returning to film the second season of Bridgerton. Since the news broke, the world has been speculating about what's next for the British star. Whether Bond or the big screen, we know there are big things coming for Regé, and one of the first of these is a new reimagined version for Paramount Pictures. We've got all the news and info for you. Stay tuned. But before we get into the video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of the new content we post. What's the deal with The Saint? The Saint franchise started in the late 1920s with a series of novels and short stories by British-Chinese author Leslie Charteris. The story follows the debonair man of leisure, master thief, and Robin Hood figure Simon Templar. Yep, another Simon, who takes on the criminals by operating outside of the law. The reimagined project is pitched as the new Bond for the modern era. We think it'll be perfectly positioned to fill the gap left between 007s as long as Page and the team can pull it off. Like Bond and the other works that have been reimagined in recent years, like the story of Sherlock Holmes, the world of The Saint has a massive body of work for the creators to pull from for inspiration, all featuring Simon as the suave lead character and undercover spy storylines that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Producing The Saint are Lorenzo de Bonaventura and Brad Crevoy, as well as Robert Evans, who died in 2019 and will receive a posthumous credit. Page wasn't the first choice for the project. Star Trek and Jack Ryan actor Chris Pine was most recently set to star in an adaptation of The Saint for Paramount. However, that project has since been shelved. That take would have been directed by Dexter Fletcher, who is now working on The Offer, a scripted Paramount series about the making of the movie The Godfather. It remains unclear at this stage of development if Fletcher will direct this new reimagined version of The Saint. Paramount's Motion Picture Group president Emma Watts has been high on Page for some time, following his breakout role in Bridgerton, according to Deadline, even recently casting him alongside Chris Pine in its untitled Dungeons & Dragons movie. After his exit from the Shondaland series, she and other execs moved quickly to find the right project for Page, and those close to the actor said The Saint quickly rose to the top of his list of Paramount projects he wanted to tackle. Page also recently wrapped production on the Netflix film The Gray Man, opposite Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans. He is represented by CAA, Mosaic, the Artist Partnership, and attorney Greg Slewitt. The young British actor has had a spectacular start to his career. Regé-Jean Page's work is quickly establishing him as one of the most exciting British acting talents of his generation. Regé gathered rave reviews at his breakout lead role as Chicken George in the award-winning event series Roots, then went on to star in the Shondaland legal thriller For the People, Peter Jackson's sci-fi blockbuster Mortal Engines, and jazz-age epic Sylvie's Love, before repartnering with Shonda as the romantic lead of her Netflix debut period romance spectacular Bridgerton. Trained at the National Youth Theatre of Great Britain, then the infamously Left Field Drama Centre London, Regé began his career on stage in The History Boys at the Sheffield Crucible, then alongside Jonathan Pryce in The Merchant of Venice at Shakespeare's Globe. Raised in Zimbabwe, schooled in the UK, and working extensively in the USA, Regé is known for a keen international perspective and versatility that characterizes his work. I pursued a career in acting, being not very good at anything else at all, Page has said. What else will we see Regé in? The Saint script is still in the works, so it'll be a little while before we get to see it. However, the Bridgerton star is definitely staying busy after his departure from the show, taking on the world of big-budget blockbusters with the film adaptations of The Gray Man and Dungeons & Dragons. After working with Shondaland for 5 years on Netflix's Bridgerton and ABC's For the People, the star says he was looking to diversify his parts before the offers came his way. The thing that has appealed to me the most about this career is getting to encounter and interact with the unexpected, Page tells Variety of his future roles. There's so many different directions that you can take this job. It's not so much about picking one and knowing where I want to go. It's about knowing that there are other ways that I can do this and continuing to explore that. When asked if Page, who's mostly been seen in dramas like Roots, For the People, and Bridgerton, will get to show off his comedy chops, creators of the upcoming Dungeons & Dragons film teased the role allows him to show a full spectrum of his talent. He naturally exudes a sense of dignity and heroism that is fitting for the fantasy genre and is perfect for the role we cast him in, they add, explaining what made Page a good candidate for the film's ensemble, which features Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Justice Smith, Sophia Lillis, Chloe Coleman, Daisy Head, Jason Wong, and Hugh Grant. Bridgerton creator Chris Van Dusen has recently broken the silence on the actor's shock exit from the show. Despite rumors that Regé quit because he didn't agree with executive Shonda Rhimes about his character's direction, it has been confirmed that he only had a deal for one series. Regé was never meant to return, as each season will focus on a different novel from bestselling author Julia Quinn. Chris told Deadline, "I know he's actually about to continue charming the world in really amazing ways, and I hope I'm fortunate enough to work with him again," he added. "He's our Duke, and he will always be our Duke." Chris also lifted the lid on what viewers of the drama can expect when season 2 drops. Without giving too much away, he said, "I don't think people are going to be ready. It's everything people love so much about the first season, but more." And although it's been rumored that Page will go on to play Bond, he has yet to confirm this. Appearing on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon in January, the actor was questioned about the Bond rumors but laughed off the comments. "I think the internet thinks a lot of things, and that's one of the more pleasant ones, so I'm pleased as far as that goes," he told Fallon. "But nah, I think there might be an element of cultural translation to be done here," he continued. "If you're a Brit and you do something of any kind of renown that people regard well, then people start saying the B word." Comparing being considered for Bond to a merit badge, he continued, "I don't think it's much more than that. I'm very glad to have the badge. I'm glad to be in such a wonderful company of people who have the badge." So what about the star's personal life? Thanks to Simon Bassett's charm on Bridgerton, it's no wonder people are wondering about whether or not Regé-Jean Page has a girlfriend. He keeps his personal and private relationships off social media, but he was recently spotted out with his rumored girlfriend, writer and football player Emily Brown. InStyle magazine recently reported Page, who describes himself as having been a musical, loud, bouncing around the house kid growing up in Zimbabwe in the UK, says acting started out as a hobby that earned him enough money to afford a Game Boy in his youth. But now at age 30, he speaks passionately about the way he sees it as an act of service, a way of representing a community in the entirety of their humanity. He studied at the Drama Centre London, where students were encouraged to take on projects that have something to offer to an audience, lest they become self-indulgent. And then came Bridgerton, as a Black artist navigating the entertainment industry at a time when issues of representation are being fiercely debated. Page is very intentional about the kinds of roles he plays, Variety reports. "It's so simple. I can get on a horse and I can put it on the screen. That's step one," he says. "I can be royalty, and other people of color can see the possibility of being royalty. Standing there, wearing the boots and the jacket, doing the dances, inhabiting a space that is perfectly possible for me to inhabit, changes how you see the world." We are sure that Page will go on to find roles that continue to change how we see the world, and we are so excited for him. Whether you discover the young British actor in Bridgerton, or whether you've been a fan of his history of work, we can all agree that Page has a very bright future ahead of him. So what did you think? Do you think Regé-Jean is a candidate for the next Bond? Or do you see other roles coming up for him? Which roles would you love to see him take on? Leave us a comment. We'd love to know what you think. But for now, that's a wrap. Thanks for watching.